What's up, YouTube? So, in recording this whole 4-minute intro of my video, I didn't realize until I looked down that my mic wasn't recording. Luckily for you guys, there was a lot of rambling going on, as per usual, as per my MO. So I'm just gonna roll everything into a nice neat ball of what I was saying before this. And luckily I didn't really start getting into the nitty gritty until I looked down and realized my mic was off. But yeah, basically I said I forgot Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip was starting this week. I don't know why I put it after Labor Day, but I think that's Salt Lake City that's going to be after Labor Day. Okay, so cool. Then I also just talked about all the ladies that are doing the show right now because I feel like because Nene wasn't going to be an option, that's why Portia was asked. In my opinion, Portia doesn't give me main housewife energy, if that makes sense, like OG energy. She just, I feel like, doesn't have that je ne sais quoi. But because no Nene, they picked her. I said that Sheree or Phaedra would have been also a viable option. I don't know why they weren't considered, but maybe it's because Portia is a fan favorite and she's fun. But Phaedra's fun too, so I don't know. Whatever. I also said that why was Lisa picked and not Heather? Because Heather's the good time girl. And I feel like she is more fun. Lisa's a little bit drier to me, in my opinion. But I was saying that I know she has the bigger fan base because I went to BravoCon last year and they don't play about Lisa. So, and that Giselle was only picked because Karen said no, allegedly. But yeah, I think that was all that I really said until the mic picked back up. So that's where I'm going to leave it and enjoy the rest of the review. Thank you. Okay, there we go. I think it wasn't on and now it is on. I might do a recap of my Bravo experience just because we're coming up on November here pretty soon. It is, I know I'm saying pretty soon, like it's not just August, but clearly this year's been going fast. So I might do a little video just to talk about my experience, insert some pictures, and just give a little synopsis of how it felt going solo. But I said that to say, because tangents. I said that to say Lisa has the biggest, I think, fan base on Salt Lake City because they were going crazy for her at BravoCon. But anyways, I said Giselle only made it because the Grand Dame said no. That's how I feel about it. I have no sources to back that up. I just feel like Karen was just getting her footing, getting back into filming after coming out of jail. So she passed on it. And so, of course, you're the second face of the franchise. So, of course, they're going to ask you, but they preferred Karen. Anyways, we got Nene out the gate. Great seeing her. Body was snatched. Wig was laid. The face looks a little touched. I'm not gonna lie there. But she looked good. She looked good. I found it interesting that, they were acting, like, oh my God, we haven't seen each other. I'm like, so Nene didn't keep in touch with none of y'all? She really said, bravo, huh? She said, call y'all. Cause I'm like, damn, y'all. Well, her and Portia had a falling out, didn't they? Over that acting stuff not too far after. But I would have thought she would have made amends with some of the ladies to get on a some type of talking cordial something with them, but maybe she was too busy like dealing with whatever she was doing in life and worried about her lawsuit, child, because I guess she couldn't be bothered. So I found that to be interesting. So they're going from Orange County, obviously, up to Beverly Hills. Then they're going to come over to Georgia, go to Atlanta, Miami, New York, and then Bluestone Manor. So now, why only 2 weeks if we're not going to Jersey, if we're not going to Potomac? Obviously, Rhode Island was new when they did this, but still, I feel like make it 3 weeks. Go to all the cities. Why are we not going everywhere? And you're just having, girls, oh, you pop up here, you pop up there. I don't like that. That part I don't like because 20 years, that's a big feat, especially for a reality TV show to last that long. I'm going to age myself. I grew up on Real World, on Bad Girls Club, shows that aren't around anymore. Jersey Shore, even though, well, they still are doing their thing, but I mean, they had to be brought back. It didn't last through. It didn't go through the test of time. So why are we not visiting all these cities that we have that are still on and doing well? RIP to Dallas, because as a Texas resident, not from just live here, I wanted Dallas to do well. And I really, when I saw Claudia Jordan at BravoCon, I said, please stay in Andy's ear about rebooting Dallas because we deserve a Texas franchise. Houston is lit. So I don't even care, even if you went to Houston, but I don't know. The Houstonians might be a little too wild. I don't know. I don't know how the money is in Houston. Austin, but then see, I don't want it to get too. So I feel like Dallas is perfect. Well, even though, well, they see that was the mistake. The mistake was coming to Dallas, which is a major metropolis, and making it an all white franchise. I'm just gonna say it here, and I'm gonna say it plain. That's why Dallas is supposed to be diverse. It's very diverse here, but you know what? It's a lot of big, quiet money here too. So they probably had a hard time finding people that are willing to be on Housewives because it takes a certain type of woman to do Housewives because we know what it is. We know what it entails nowadays. And everybody just don't want to be involved in the foolery. So anyway, why are we talking about Dallas? Tangents. I need somebody to tap my shoulder and be like, girl, stay on track. This is why my videos be 40 minutes and I don't be intended on them being that long because my notes be just plain and clear. Whatever parts I thought were interesting, I make a little comment on it and that's it. And then I'm like, how is my video 40 minutes? This is how. Motor mouth. Anyway, so we see the roadmap. Where are they going? We see the flashback of all Nini's icon. Well, not all. Excuse me. Stand corrected. A lot of Nini's iconic quotables. And I'm going to go on record and say no other housewife is touching her. I don't think many people argue with me on that. Nene has quotables that reach so far and wide that people that don't even watch Housewives say them and don't realize, like, oh, she said that on the show. Like, they just know, like, the soundbite and they use it. I use Nene's quotes in everyday life. At least minimum is once a week. I say something from her, whether it's a bloop, whether it's a bling bling bling, bitches is mad, something. Whether it's just like a vocal stem, whether I'm saying it to somebody, whether I'm referencing her. Yeah, top tier with the quotables. The hotel they stayed at, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let me say it again. The view was stunning. I can't believe that March 2006 was the first OC episode. So let me think. March 2006. I was in high school, aging myself, dating myself again for this video, which I did not have to do. But yeah, I was in high school. So I literally grew up with the Housewives. My friends Oh, I have two friends. Shout out to Andrea and Jackie. They share in my housewives obsession, and I'm getting my girl Tiara into housewives. I finally bullied her enough times that she started watching Atlanta, and she's already on like season 14, I think she just told me, or 15. So she right there. She just around the river bend. She about to be caught up with the Shamia and Portia of it all. But yeah, I know that people are like, how you still watching that? Like, isn't it boring now? Isn't it? And I'm like, no, it's actually not. It actually still has great drama, great fashions, great wealth. What else? The friendships, unique storylines still. We're getting some, even though I mean it's only so many things you could kind of bring on the show at this point in 2 decades, but still, some of them managed to do so to shock me here and there with what they got going on in real life. What else? New cities, you know. I feel like for me, in my opinion, it's time to start. Okay. Let me think about how I want to phrase this. So, you know how a lot of content creators are like, "Oh, get rid of this one, get rid of that one, blah blah. Oh, this group is stale." I think it's time to start getting rid of some cities. Mhm. New York, I'm looking at you. Now, I will take it back if this season happens to be good. But for you to have to reboot a franchise and then go on pause again to try to get another group that works, it might just be time to hang it up. Like, my thing is, if you can't find the right group of women to work with, then maybe it's time to go ahead and put that city to rest and introduce a new one. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, speaking of New York, Luann, my Taurus queen, I love you. If you ever see this, that's my girl. I don't care. Y'all can never make me hate Luann. Again, I know the girls, the different housewives and the different cities with the political beliefs and stuff. Listen, I have to just remove myself from that and stay out of that because I won't like probably any of the white housewives, but three. So, we're not going to talk about those kind of things. We're just talking about in relation to TV. That's it. What she does in her personal life, not my business. So, I said, I think I might want to go on record. Let me go on record to say that Lisa might have the best hair of all the housewives. I don't know if I'm biased. It's because I'm biased with people that wear their hair jet black or super dark, whatever. I feel like her hair is jet black, but it might be just just right above. Either way, it's always every hair in place. It's always looks healthy, shiny. It's long. It just looks full. It looks good. I feel like Kyle's used to kind of look like that, and then she started, I don't know, not not being as, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I don't know, rigid about how she styles it. So I feel like she used to back in the day too, because when she would always, I feel like, whipping around and stuff like that. So, but Lisa got it for me. Lisa got it for me. Vicky and these damn insurance applications. Listen, promote your brand, baby. Promote your brand. But I howled when she gave them applications on them clipboards, talking about some, if you don't have any, now she ain't wrong. But I feel like y'all all too grown for everybody to not have their affairs in order. Everybody on here has got kids. So that shouldn't even be an issue. But I applaud Vicky for trying to get herself an insurance sale off of her castmates. So for me, when they were sitting in the hotel room in this group scene, right off the bat, Teresa, Lisa, and Kyle faded into the background for me in the group. It was very Portia, Vicky, Luann forward, and then Giselle like trailing right behind, not too far behind. But for me, they kind of fade into the back because the other girls have such big personalities and are good, I think, better with group settings and fun settings. They just were kind of like, just sitting pretty. So we'll see how they give it up when we get more into their cities and what they got going on and get around their people and what they planned. Um, I like the editing flashbacks during the confessionals. I hope they do that throughout the whole time, which I feel like they probably will because we're doing some recreations of iconic parties and moments. It seems like with Vicky's Bunko party. So that'll be cool to see. I like that. Kudos to editing. I screamed at them getting in the car, going to the boat, and Portia was like, I don't do long nails anymore. And Giselle looked, and Portia looked. Talking about some of the girls that no, yeah, we know, bitch. Yeah, we know, because them fingers got to go places. And so the nails can't be scratching up that cat. Anyways, not my business. So let's move along. Vicky, Lisa, and Kyle. So I was confused because what they were wearing versus what Portia and the rest of them was wearing. I was like, huh? I said, I thought she said y'all was going on a boat. But then I was trying to figure out, I forgot when did they start filming this? Because I'm like, what month was it in Orange County? Because clearly it was more on the chilly side because I forget who it was got on the boat saying that it was cold. I think it was Kyle. So I'm like, well, what's cold? Because, as a Chicagoan, when you say cold, it's like, be more specific, babes. Because cold can mean, for you, cold can mean 45. For me, I might not start saying it's cold till we get to 25. So, but yeah, the outfits, very weird. I don't know what was going on there. Putting these cardboard cutouts at the end of the boat was funny. But who changed the most? Shady Boots. And I feel like Vicky started that. And I said, Vicky, you of all people should not want the spotlight on your old face on these cutouts. Talking about who changed the most. Why are we asking that? Why are we asking that? So I said, of course, Lisa hated it. Not surprised there. And then here goes Teresa getting defensive. Well, of course, because Vicky said, I feel like Teresa did. And she said, I've only touched the tip of my nose. Okay. So, first of all, who cares? All y'all have changed in the looks department. Everybody from top to bottom. And that's what money does. Y'all are supposed to look good. Y'all are supposed to do your little tweaks and your little nips and tucks and things that you may not have ever been able to afford or have offered to you for free if you weren't a housewife. You're supposed to look younger than you are. Teresa with the hair, even the hair alone makes Teresa look different. It opens up her face, it brightens up her face, everything. So it's like, that's why I'm like, why? Why are we being shady right off the bat? Why do we even ask this question? We know that Teresa, Kyle, Lisa, they all get offended by every little thing, and especially stuff when it comes to looks. So we shouldn't even went there. But moving left and right along, I said Vicky may be annoying, but when they were all going around saying like what do they think is like their most memorable moment or whatever, I said she gonna gather the girls about them finances. Now, you know, if people take offense to it, whatever. eh, Listen, one thing about Vicky, she gonna try to get you to make sure you on point. Well, I mean, she sells insurance, so what do you expect? She's gonna make sure as a woman, hey, are you taking care of business? Are you doing what you need to do? You need to know what you're signing. But I feel like in that moment, it wasn't the time for a lecture. But then again, Vicky's the oldest here, so it's like she gonna lecture. This is Vicky. That's why I say I'm biased against Vicky. She gonna be Vicky. But yeah, this wasn't the moment for that. Let Teresa explain her thing, have her moment. She done already did the time, babes. So there's no going back to tell her what she woulda, coulda, shoulda did, cause it's done and it's over, and she can't get that year or whatever how much time she did back. So yeah, Giselle, what did she say? Oh, messy. I see what type of role she about to play during this whole thing. She finna blow me, but I guess we need somebody to stir a mess because Kyle and Lisa and them ain't gonna do it too much. It's really up to Giselle. I feel like Giselle, maybe a tiny bit Luann, Portia, and Vicky, because other than that, ain't shit gonna get done. But so she says, did NY take the shine from OC? Which we know, yeah, pretty much it did. And NYC came through like a wrecking ball. Shout out to Miley. And they definitely did. Like OC has always had its memorable moments, but nothing beats them early Roni seasons, baby. Nothing, 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 nothing. I will watch those more times over and old Atlanta than I ever will OC. I will jump around to OC, but oh, you talking about sitting and rewatching some seasons? New York, Atlanta for sure. So she wasn't wrong, just messy. When they was twerking, I said they all stiff as hell, especially Kyle. But she do got Meg knees. She ain't got nothing else but the knees, but she got the Meg knees. But everybody stiff, even Giselle. Well, except Portia, of course. But the rest of them stiff, all stiff. Giselle can never dance, so that wasn't surprising to me. Like how you got thighs and ass, but you can't move it even a little bit. And I'm nobody's Save the Last Dance. Okay, I can't barely give you anything either. My sister is the dancer. She gets on me all the time about how I should be able to dance better. I, listen, I just don't in my old age. But what I can give you is a twerk. I could at least give you that. So we change. We get ready for the Bunko party at the Quiet Woman, which I still want to go to. I have to make it there. I have to make it a point to make it there. And I need to probably give myself like an age. Like I'm going to make it to Orange County before this age. Because otherwise I'll just plan other trips. And then anyways. Anyways. I need where's the medication? I need to be diagnosed. I need the doctor to diagnose me so I can have some medication so I can focus. Because that don't make no sense how I go off into tangents like that. And it's just so natural. It's like, look, a ball. I swear. Sorry, y'all. Especially because these ain't edited yet. Because we ain't got there yet. In our I, listen, I just turn the camera on and talk. I don't know. So until we get to that, I need to stop rambling because I can't cut it out. So the Bunko party, 80's themed, my favorite era, Quiet Woman. Okay. So Teresa, outfit was cute, lazy hair. Love a little tracksuit though. So you get points for that. Giselle, terrible wig. And the dress. Not shocked. Luann. Love the total look. Madonna's type of look. Love that. Kyle, bored. Kyle got a dress with some shoulder pads on it and did regular pretty hair. Nothing about, she didn't go out the box for the accessories, the makeup. I couldn't tell what shoes she had on. I might have to go back and look and see what shoes she had on, but boring as fuck. Her and Lisa get on my goddamn nerves because they never want to commit to the bit. They want to be too worried about looking pretty on camera instead of just having fun. Like even Portia did pretty, but she still went with the theme. Even though she did it her Portia glammy pretty way, at least she still went, and the theme was done well, to where it's like, oh, okay, like cutesy. But you got Kyle and Lisa who did nothing. I yawned. And then you got Giselle who went, what was that wig? What was that dress? What about Lisa's dress was 80s? I was confused. I need somebody to explain it to me like I'm 5. That dress did not give me anything 80s. And I don't know all of the 80s fashion. So I'll wait for, one of the other girlies like Erica De Niro, somebody who was like, you know, of age in the 80s to say whether that was, but it didn't look like it to me. Vicky, yes. I already said Portia, yes. Luann has great confessionals also, by the way. I miss her confessionals. Me watching this made me realize that. Because I said, what the hell is a jalopy? And then they put it on the screen and I fell out laughing. So Miss Lou, she always gives that comedic relief in the confessional. Tamara Shannon, I love how they commit to the costumes. 10s across the board for both of them. I also am a theme girly. I also, like I said, love the 80s, but Halloween me down, theme party me down. I'm going to order all the things, even if I'll never wear them again. And I'm coming in theme. So kudos to them. Heather looks cute too, actually. I didn't write that down, but I remembered. Oh, yeah, Heather looked cute too. And of course, Joe. And what's my girl's name? Ooh, Gina Keo. So, I said that I loved Heather bringing the cake. Well, a recreation of the cake, the bow cake. That was a cute little touch. Vicky, so she made me mad here. She got on the stage, and why are we mentioning Slade's name at all? I get the sentiment of what you were trying to convey and telling the story about this party, and then he did this thing, and it changed your life in a way. But why are we mentioning him during your moment? This is your moment. You were asked back just in time for the 20th season of your city. You were asked back just in time to do this iconic, nationwide tour de la France, okay, of the housewives, being honored as an OG. And I get that what he said hurt you and it left a lasting impression on you. But ain't nobody thinking about no damn Slade. Who cares? And we know that, yes, despite him saying that, you were insecure about your looks as well, because you live in Orange County, because you see how these other women look around you, because you had somebody like a Gretchen, a, you know, oh, I don't want to disrespect that girl. Let me not say that. A pageant, looking girl. So, in my opinion, he just brought that to the surface on national TV. You already feeling that way. And so then that was your catalyst to be like, okay, well, now I can go handle this because I always maybe felt like this, and him bringing it to the surface is making everybody dog me, clown me, talk about me. Whoop. So that's my opinion on the matter. It was unnecessary to bring him up. Don't let him get any of your shine. I love that Lisa came in the confessional and was like, he who shall not be named. Because yes, thank you, Lisa. You're not going to keep getting clout off this show that you were kicked off of however many moons ago. Then you leached onto another housewife, got back on for one season, and now you gone again into the shadows with you. Bye. I like Gretchen though, but Slade could go. What were the picks and the candles for? I felt like choppy editing. I don't know. It was weird. It was like, okay, we saw her put them up at the table, but then there wasn't even like a confessional interview moment for them to say, oh, well, this is why I bought them. Like, this is my intention on what we're going to do with them before Luann broke the one of Slade, which good she did. Like I said, don't give him no shine. So let's move along. When Tamara got up and started doing her speech, I was kind of confused as well. I'm like, is this an editing thing or is she just talking real weird and choppy like this? So the other girls were saying, like, oh, she was doing good up until this moment because she mentioned the surgery and everything like that. And I was just like, I thought it was a bit. I thought she was going like she was going to do a roast, like she was going to make it kind of like funny. Like, well, we're not here for that. We're here for this. And I thought she had something planned. Maybe that's just how I heard it. Maybe I misheard it. I don't know. When they started playing Bunko, I was like, this is a game I could get into. I don't know what Giselle was talking about. Giselle always. Now let's talk about it for a second. Because Giselle be the real Debbie Downer. It don't be Vicky. At least Vicky open to do stuff. Giselle be the one always hating on some shit. Because black people don't only just play spades and Uno and shoot dice. I love a game. I love a game. A card game, a board game, a video game. So I would learn Bunko and I would come to the next Bunko party and play. So I don't know what she's talking about. And who are these hot boys? Tamara, what agency did you call for these hot boys? Because I didn't see nobody hot up under them cheap Party City wigs. Don't piss me off, Tamara, for real. Because you do too much. And Kyle, don't you piss me off too. Because you doing all this dramatics about the yelling. It's because you're sober, babes. That's why the yelling is so intense to you. And oh my God, and you notice every little thing. Yeah, because you're the only one sober. Everybody else is drinking. Even Heather is drinking her champagne like she always does. I don't know. We don't see. Sometimes I was gonna say, do we see Heather take shots? But sometimes she'll take a little shot. I don't think I ever just seen her shoot nothing back. But she'll turn the little shot glass up at least. But yeah, I said New York, Atlanta, Potomac, y'all all scream. Even Beverly Hills, y'all scream. Just some of y'all's more fighting. And OC screams a lot for fun and fighting equally. So there's that. And Tamara's also performative. So when the camera goes on, she clicks into gear and she does what's needed to be done, or so she thinks, for the scene. So there's that. Tamara's messy. Now that we see, per my OC recaps, what she actually said to Shannon, she's nasty. And again, Shannon, I'm looking at you because forgive that for what? For why? Anyways, and then here go Giselle being messy, kind of putting 10 on 20 for what Tamara said. I mean, for what Vicky said about Tamara, which really was kind of a hot mic situation because like it wasn't like they made that a scene. It was just something she said in conversation, and they used that as a storyline. Which Vicky, you know better to say anything to her. You don't know Giselle, so why would you even confide anything into her? You should have just kept your answers basic and neutral. Come on, ladies, like let's come on. How I know the game? How I know the game? And y'all acting like y'all don't know the game, and y'all been here. Y'all OGs been here for decades. So you didn't let Giselle run, be messy, go tell Tamara something, and then of course Tamara gonna turn on the dramatics like she always fucking does, and come to Vicky with the bullshit. But well, I can say Vicky will confront you. So I expect next episode for Vicky to get on Giselle's ass, because what Vicky is not afraid of is confronting no hoe. And I will give her that. Black, white, in between, or otherwise. So yeah, the trailer looks good. I'm sat. Y'all know me. Will I review every episode one by one like this? I don't know. It just depends what they coming with. If they juicy enough like this, if all of them are good like this, then I will. Because why not? That's more content to my channel. And if not, then I'll just sprinkle it in with whatever other TV show I'm talking about at the end. And that'll be that. But yeah, those are my opinions, my thoughts on the things. Let me know yours. Leave me some comments, some engagement, like, share, tell your friend to tell a friend that likes Bravo as much as me. And I will see y'all. So I need to rewatch The Valley. I feel like the last episode didn't give me much, and then that first part of the reunion also didn't give me much. So I think I'm just gonna combine reunion part 1 and 2 together. So that means I will see y'all on Wednesday, because I watch via Peacock. So yeah, I will see y'all on Wednesday. Bye.